Season score readings, flesh wound horror freaks, and welcome to yet another flesh wound horror Christmas episode. We hope you guys are having an awesome Christmas season. And I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Good evening.
And Mike Kruger.
Ho ho ho, bitch.
So, gentlemen, we got some more Christmas reviews for you guys tonight, and one not a Christmas movie, but nonetheless one I'm very excited to talk about. And yeah, how's your Christmas season going though? We haven't touched base on the show in a little bit. Are you're all set now? Because we're kind of down to the wire. So all your gifts bought?
Yeah, I got all my shopping done like a month ago because I don't fuck around with that shit because I know how hectic it can get, trying to do everything last minute.
Yeah.
But I'm done with that. I just, got to show up to the places that I'm wanted at and then, just get through this stupid goddamn month. I will be so happy. Like, I'm never one of these people, but I will be happy to put 2022 behind me and fucking start a new year for fuck's sake.
Yeah. No, well, there's some good things that happened in 2022. I think if you factor in the few years, whatever it was before 2022.
Maybe for you, motherfucker.
I was going to say,
my whole life fell apart. What the fuck are you talking about?
This is true, but in the world, I guess I should say, like 2022 wasn't too bad. But then again, a lot of good things happened during the whole lockdown too. So personally, anyway, so it's a balance. But 2023, I hope is going to rock for everybody. I hope 2023.
I'm just going to give you guys a spoiler. It's not.
World peace, Todd.
Listen, Todd.
Hey, I'm trying to knock down your expectations.
No,
so you don't go into a mean one situation,
dude. It could be. All I'm thinking, fucking for 2023, is it could be worse. It could be last year. So fucking.
That's true.
I'm looking forward to starting anew, and I hate motherfuckers that are just like, oh, I can't wait for the year to be over because next year is going to be so much better. But this year, it's definitely me because 2022, hands down, is the worst fucking year I've had in a very long time.
It's closing well for me too. There's one thing that might be a thing, and there's one thing that definitely is a thing on a personal level. So it's like, okay, 2022, even though there's some question marks on the one thing, is I think a really good year.
Well, good for you. I'm sorry, I'm a miserable fuck.
Yeah, I don't get. This year was kind of like,
I had one bad chapter like officially close recently, and it ended well. So there's that. So I don't know. I'm hopeful going into 2023, and we're gonna be together in 2023.
That's
all
why
of
I
us.
said expectations low.
Yeah, well, that's a big thing. We're
talking about Dan. Just understand. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. No, the one thing is like,
don't take it that way.
There was a 2.5 year odyssey that just kind of like, all right, I'm done with that bullshit. So I'm pretty, there were some surprises. 2023 is going to be awesome. Like I said, all of us together. We'll all get to like pose with Ozzy's hair. We all need to just hold a lock and just. Yeah.
It was better last show, I think. I mean, there was someone missing, so.
Okay, yeah. We'll be back in California. It'll be awesome.
Me and Dan will actually formally meet where I'm not concussed or drunk off my ass.
I wish that was actually. It's funny because I mean, again, this is before you became a part of the show, but you just won the King of the Death match. You were fucked up bad. I almost felt bad, but I was there, so I was like, oh, I should shake hands with him, even though he looks like he doesn't know where he is right now.
I had no clue where I was.
But yeah, we were talking to Supreme.
You were at the bar.
No.
Yeah, very special show though, because I got to actually have a conversation with Supreme, which I still cherish. Didn't know him like you guys.
That's my man,
obviously, dude. But yeah, so that was a good time. So yeah, 2023 is going to be even bigger. I'm going to stay optimistic, positively, Dan, going into the new year.
I hate positive, Dan.
Positive, yeah. I'm going to be doing yoga again, Todd. I'm going to be hitting. We got a weight loss tournament, so I'm excited for that. I'm gonna
Isn't that the reason you couldn't buy a shirt like from us 2 years ago? You were in the middle of a weight loss competition.
I'm gonna be jacked, Todd. I'm gonna get back into ring shape. Do you want me to get the lucha mask again?
No, I want you to buy a fucking shirt.
Yeah,
You're like, well, now I can't. I gotta do this weight loss.
I'm gonna
thing.
jack up, Todd. I'm gonna jack up.
So if you
jack off, do both.
Yeah, we know
A little bit of both.
All right. Yeah,
remember you can lose weight that
we're not on
way.
Patreon right now. Remember that.
That's true. But
We were doing some Patreon stuff, so just remember that.
Yeah. What you tried to make me watch, and that's a tease for Patreon.com.
No. Again, why do you keep putting that on me, motherfucker? That was Pugs.
You're all dicks. Well, Pugs is it? Fuck
I'm
you,
gonna,
Pugs.
I'm gonna text Pugs and say, Pugs, you need to switch your vote.
Oh, there's no
switch it back. Yeah,
I don't care if I have to watch it now. Sorry, Kruger. We're gonna make that shit up.
Well, fuck off. I'm not watching that bullshit.
So if you want to see what this is all about, patreon.com/fleshwindfeatures. We had a secret Santa where we're like, I think I was nice, but you can be the judge.
No, you weren't, because you made me.
I tried. Well, let's let the patrons find out.
Watch it. Talk to us about it on Discord. Tell us who was wrong and right.
Absolutely.
So tell us why Dan was wrong.
Get on the Discord. All right. So let's kick it off with our good friends at Full Moon for the 12 Slays of Christmas from writer-director William Butler. And in this one, when a trio of lovely young ladies get their car stuck in a snowstorm, they take shelter in a looming Gothic manor lorded over by a sinister old man. As their host sits them down for a lavish holiday feast, ghastly gifts and terrifying tales are unleashed, and soon the women wonder if they'll live to see another Christmas. All right, so this is currently on Full Moon streaming. It is I think you said they advertised it, right? First Full Moon Christmas movie, which it's not.
No. They don't. Someone had stated that, not like Full Moon.
Okay.
Full Moon was the ones who actually corrected them, I believe.
All right. Cool. But nonetheless.
But we should say what the other one is, though, if they're unsure. Yeah. So let's just do the story, because that was on a different show. People were saying that this was the first Full Moon Christmas movie.
And are they counting Empire in there too?
Well, that's a different company, Dan. So we're talking about Full Moon.
Okay.
Full Moon and the other Christmas movie. But see, that you're right. Why would that would be incorrect then?
Yeah, because that's Empire. But some people lump it together, and I get that.
But I see. I always keep them separate. But that one has become a Full Moon title. So you know what? Maybe they're not right. So.
Well, either way, we have a Christmas original on there. So this one, first off, shout out to Tom Fitzpatrick as Ignatius, I believe was the character's name, as the old man, and channeling Richard O'Brien from Rocky Horror Picture Show. Full Moon Manor, very beautiful, very well decorated. Kind of one of those movies where at times it made me feel like I wish I was just able to just take a tour of the house. Yeah. Like, Charlie, just call me up. Give me the private tour. That would be just.
I'm gonna have to show my Full Moon membership card. They're supposed to let you in on movie sets.
There you go. That would be funny. Like, you just get like Charles Band is like in his fucking boxers, and Todd's just showing the card at his window, just like holding it like this, just like George Buckflower and Wishmaster, just right up to extreme close up. I've got the Full Moon card.
Well, they didn't let me in, so
Robin, get the shotgun. But anyways,
and is Phil in the moat or under the bridge?
He is. He's under the bridge. Old Phil Fondacaro. So
I left his name out, did you?
Everybody knows who Phil is, Todd.
Kruger, did you know who Phil is?
No.
Thank you.
Phil Fondacaro. Big
no
fucking clue. So crap, dropping stuff here.
Well, while Dan's fixing it, this is the little person Dan offended personally on our Facebook group many years ago. Star of The Creeps from Full Moon, also in Demon Knight.
Dolls? Yeah,
I was trying to go with a bigger picture.
Land of the Dead. There you go.
There you go.
Or no,
all right.
Not Land of the Dead. I'm sorry.
Oh,
But I caught it.
Getting canceled. I'm not editing that either.
No, wait, was it?
No, it was. I thought it was.
It was. Okay, yeah, I thought this.
I was just giving you shit.
I get mixed up.
Don't, Dan.
I'm just going to make it worse. So moving on. So 12 Slays of Christmas.
Slays. Say it slowly.
12 Slays of Christmas.
Yes.
What did you think I said?
You said it too fast and it sounded like another movie.
All right. So this is not really feature length. We kick it off with the typical full moon ads and everything, which is it's kind of almost a tradition, I guess. So
why do you make that like a thing that you've mentioned on every one, but most streaming things you watch trailers before?
I'm just throwing it out there. It's not a feature length film.
No, I get that, but I just was questioning.
And this really is not.
Film.
This is kind of more of a short when it comes down to it, because essentially
it's a commercial.
Yeah, essentially what this movie is, it's a telling of the 12 Slays of Christmas, and each story that he tells these ladies who show up at the manor is essentially footage from a previous movie and a popular character. So
to sell a bobblehead.
To sell a bobblehead, yes.
You gotta get that in.
We get Totem, Tunneler, Ginger Dead Man, Evil Bong, Radu, and we get little sort of highlight clips from the movies as Tom Fitzpatrick's character reads this. So now, again, I didn't necessarily mind this, though. It does still kind of make you feel a little Christmassy. This is something I'd be curious if they'd actually release on Blu-ray or not.
They will.
But probably, yeah. Maybe have to pair it with something, but
no, they don't. They put 45-minute movies on discs.
That's true. And I will buy it because I love Full Moon. But yeah, it's that. And they do intercut some footage. There is a twist to everything at the end. It's worth watching for a fan. Now, if you're not a Full Moon fan, God knows, don't go out of your way to watch this because it won't mean anything.
You know what? I don't think it means anything to you if you've seen him. I think it's a good sampler because this actually reminds me, something versus something that we would have got like Puppet Master: The Legacy, where I was just like, Jesus Christ, this is garbage. Yeah. Versus this feels closer to something like a Terror in the Isles or a Coming Soon, where you have your framing story and then you're showing clips of the movies in the catalog. And like those are fun, where it's something we have, like I'm bringing up The Legacy again, which is not. And there's a couple of those Full Moon clip movies from that era that transfer through. They're just not fun. They're not any good. But this one manages to be fun, have the spirit of the original. And I don't think it matters if you've seen them, or if you're a diehard or not, because I think you might see this bit with Tunneler and be like, you know, I kind of want to see what that movie is. I think it will serve it as that also.
Yeah, maybe it's a good little teaser. Would you say we're talking roughly maybe a half hour of like non-recycled footage? I was kind of trying to get
non-recycled footage, maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, well,
20 minutes.
I'm counting, I guess, like some of the credits too. Like it is probably close.
Well, I'm just saying of like new footage of the girls in the wraparound, probably about 10 minutes.
So it is kind of almost hard to really rate this in a traditional way. I will say if they release a 12 Slays of Christmas book, which I have a feeling they probably will if they haven't already, I'd buy that book. I think it would be a really cool little novelty book.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd be down for that. So as far as Full Moon commercial movies go, hey, it's okay. The house looks beautiful. Full Moon Manor looks absolutely gorgeous. So I'm not sorry that I gave it a watch.
Yeah, I'm with Dan on this one, and I will rate off my enjoyment. I did have a good time. It's one of those where it's like, yeah, I get why Dan didn't really give it a number. But my enjoyment, I'm a 3. I had a good time with it. I mean, and I don't think, like, I disagree with Dan on that. I don't think it matters if you've seen or not, because I wasn't like watching like, oh shit, that's from Puppet Master 2. It was just a little highlight and it was cool, and then we moved on. So
cool.
All right. What do we have next?
So moving on to our brand new movie that I know we were pretty excited about. The extra so when I really looked into it to see what this was about. And that is Mad Heidi from directors Johann Hartmann and Sandro Klopstein. And in this one, Swiss mountain girl Heidi is abducted by brutal government troops and must defend herself and fight a war against cheese-fueled machinery of hate. Oh man, that's awesome, isn't it? So this one from Swissploitation Films. I know Trent Haga had a hand in the screenplay, which that certainly shows, I think, with the humor. And this has got absolutely everything you could imagine. It's a sort of Grindhouse homage that's has and does an homage to women in prison films. There's the old school sort of blaxploitation films. It's got a whole lot going on. Everything that we love. I mean, we've got fucking zombies, nuns. They cram so much crazy shit in here. But before I get too deep into it, Kruger, what did you think of Mad Heidi?
Yeah, I remember seeing this trailer maybe like 3 or 4 months ago and just immediately sending it to Todd and being like, I need this movie injected into my veins right fucking now. And yeah, this was a lot of fun. Is it a masterpiece? No. But, I think they definitely accomplished what they were going for when it comes to the feel of the movie and, the homages to all the various Grindhouse classics. And the humor kind of reminded me of the Old Man movie that Unearthed put out. It was this animated movie that just had a lot of weird jokes about milk in it. And this had a lot of weird jokes about cheese in it. Yes. So very similar tonally when it comes to the comedic aspect of the movie, which was nice to see because I did have a good time with that one too. And this delivered on the gore and the fight sequences. But again, the comedy, like, why I did like it, at times I felt like it hurt some scenes because I felt like there's situations that should have been taken a little bit more seriously. And then next thing you know, somebody's making a fucking crack about Swiss cheese or some shit like that. But as a whole, I do like it. I would watch it again, and I'd recommend it for fans of Grindhouse films.
All right. Yeah, I'm with you. Well, should I just say it's the greatest Swissploitation movie ever made? Well,
there are others, but yeah.
What else is out there? Like, what would you put it?
I know there's a bunch of the ones that what's his name put out.
Erwin C. Dietrich.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, maybe I should add for the modern era because there are some, but yeah, it's just batshit. It's fucking it. I was kind of curious where you were going to land on it, Kruger, because I thought it might be too far out there.
So, it's definitely on the cusp, but then next thing you know, I see somebody's head get exploded and the gore is fucking amazing. So
yeah, see that I wasn't worried about that part, but okay. Yeah, I should mention it is available for streaming on madheidi.com. It's normally $15.99 for a 48-hour rental, but right now it's only $7.99, and they have a little and they have a little like gimmick where a wheel where you can spin it and get a discount anywhere from like 10% off to a free rental.
Fuck yeah.
Save a little more too. Well, Dan, do you think that's worth it?
Absolutely. So you do mention Erwin C. Dietrich, which I'm glad you did because I'm a huge Jess Franco fan, and that was a very fruitful relationship, producer and director, lots of classics. We'll have to get back to some more Jess Franco in the new year for sure. But yeah, so this is, if you're a fan of, Machete or, Grindhouse, the movie, Planet Terror, Death Proof, I think you'll like this a lot. Now, this one is more over the top and comedic, which Machete was both of those things too, but leans a little bit more into that comedy. Having said that, there's some great fucking gore in this.
Yeah.
It actually that when one character's head just kind of gets blown up. Really awesome gore. Some very practical effects too, which is always nice to see. You know, and some of these even Grindhouse homage flicks, some of them are all CG blood squirting, which is the worst thing in the world, especially when you're doing it for no money. This had none of that. I loved the character of Goat Peter, who's I thought that was funny as shit. I mean, I'm a guy who I love women in prison films. I love blaxploitation films. Everything that this movie was hitting on was just like thumbs up for me. Maybe one of the better performances I've seen from Casper Van Dien, who plays President Maley. He's never been necessarily known as a great actor. He's certainly a B-movie titan at this point. He had Starship Troopers. He had the failed Tarzan movie, and as far as starring roles, that was kind of it for him theatrically. Tim Burton put him in a small role in Sleepy Hollow, and he popped up in a few things. But by and large, he's just been like that guy. It's like, all right, you're not the next Tom Cruise, but God damn it, we're gonna make you the next Eric Roberts. And he made the best of it. So I think though he was really funny as hell here. He does comedy quite well, and I loved him as the president. Alice Lucy, who played Heidi, beautiful. This brings the gore. This does bring some gratuitous nudity. There's not a lot, but it satisfies what you need to be a Grindhouse movie. So I appreciate that. There is all kinds of weird shit with the cheese. We get a cheese enema at one point, which was that's a thing. As some of you probably know, I've got that weird phobia. I don't like food touching certain kinds of food touching my skin. So some of the cheese torture stuff was a little like, I had to look away. But just the whole storyline of this sort of fascist regime trying to wipe out the lactose intolerant, I thought that was funny. Humor wise, like, hey, there might be somebody out there that's like, this is a little over the top and stupid for me. I laughed. This movie really had me. I dug everything that it was doing. It moves along at a very brisk pace, and the cheese zombies and all of this while we get nuns showing up out of the Kung Fu nuns showing up out of the middle of nowhere. I loved absolutely everything about it. I think it's a lot of fun. And maybe could have hit a few more notes on the whole women in prison thing, but they gave us enough, and I do appreciate that very, very much. It's a winner for me. I think you should go out of your way to check this out. Good party movie. Watch it with a bunch of friends. Yeah,
get it while it's on sale.
Yes, hey, and I love the line, "Rest in cheese, bitch."
Oh, and you can pre-order the Blu-ray on the website too.
I definitely want to have this in my collection just for the sure fact that I could throw it on and people would be like, what the fuck are we watching?
This is definitely one I will be picking up as well.
There you go. So yes, high recommendation for me, and I guess we'll go ahead and rate it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but what do you rate it?
I give this one 4 stars out of 5.
Kruger?
I'm a 3 out of 5.
I'm also a 4 on this one.
There you go. Mad Heidi, guys. Check it out. Good stuff.
Speaking of good stuff, what do we have next, Dan?
We'll see. Maybe we have good stuff. Or maybe we have the shit, Todd. I don't know. Is it good stuff or is it the shit, Todd? And
oh, Jesus. Well, no, this isn't hood approved, Dan. I don't know. Maybe it is.
Maybe it is hood approved. You don't know. Don't assume what's hood approved, Todd.
Well, speaking of Secret Santa, Dan's gonna have to hood approve one.
There you go. All right. So our next film is Krampus: The Return from director David Gregory, and in this one, When Lisa and her friends go looking for answers behind her brother's mysterious death, they discover he was a victim of the infamous Christmas demon. All right, so Krampus the Return. So yeah, this kind of follows a group of people who go to the brother's house after his untimely passing. They believe through suicide, and obviously that's not the case. So all right, I'll get the good out of the way first. So this is another UK production, which is why Kruger had computer issues, I'm sure. I do want to say the actress Amber Doig Thorne and also Natasha Rose Mills, the two main girls in this, do star in Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Oh boy!
Which, in fact,
well,
1 second. One actress is the star top billing of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Is it Amber?
Amber Doig Thorne, who played Nikki in this.
Yeah. Okay, Kruger, you understand why I'm like approving this when you watch it.
The slutty girl in this.
But, I'm gonna say she was a very pretty girl, but Dan has to go in. But
the character was the slutty girl. I don't know anything about her.
If we get some Winnie the Pooh bestiality, struggle snuggling, I'm in.
Oh,
hey.
I don't know if that you're going to be happy with what I think you might get, but nonetheless, another one. A lot of the same actors that pop up in this, although this isn't really, yeah. So, well, anyways, getting into the movie, it opens up with a narration on the history of Krampus, which once again, in our recent review of Jack Frost 2022, that's kind of cool. That works. You don't need to spend a ton of money on that. Just get a good narrator and. You know, so I was like, okay, maybe we'll get a winner here, and then we get into the movie. So once again, good acting. I didn't have any real issues with the acting. It's another one though. It's like a heavy on the melodrama, light on the horror. Another thing that I would say it does, I don't want to say well, but at least makes the right decision. A practical Krampus, which in the dark, when it's not so well lit, kind of works. But there's other points, particularly in a shot towards the end, where you see that is just a rubber glove and the fingers are just kind of doing this.
I still take that over a digital hand doing this.
I agree. I always award points to this movie, to these movies, for trying to go practical, which this year we've had more of that than you'd expect. Nutcracker Massacre, guy in a suit. So that is a good thing. That doesn't make it a good movie, and obviously I'm beating around the bush because this is not a good movie. Krampus does kind of look like a netherworld haunt actor, but he is practical. So
he had a cool mask.
Yeah, the mask was cool.
Hey Kruger, where could you get that mask? Where do they get all the masks?
Oh, what is it? Immortal masks or whatever the fuck. Same guys that made the Humpty Dumpty and the Winnie the Pooh mask. Yeah, it's funny to me that all these UK movies, they use the same exact fucking person.
Well, a lot of them, it's Scott Jeffries, the producer. I don't think he produced this one though, but like he's got his hands in everything. The dude's like going on 200 movies. It's insane as producer and like 20 to 30 as director. So once again, this is another one. I think an issue for people is going to be heavy on the drama, which is fine, but it doesn't really, it's not good enough to bring it home. It plays it straight, but it's not good enough to really heavily recommend it, because it's just going to depend how invested you are in the melodrama, which here, not very invested for me. I like Natasha Rose Mills as Lisa. I liked Amber Doig Thorne as Nikki. Hopefully Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey ends up being really good. I'm still holding out hope. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, I'm there. But
my expectations are so fucking low for that. It's not even funny. Just because low budget UK movies scare the fuck out of me because there's a 99.5% chance that they're gonna fucking suck balls. But every now and again we'll get something nice like
yeah.
I can't even think of one off the top of my head.
That's how few and far between.
This one that kills a lot of off-screen stuff. There is not a single highlight on the kill front. So, and it's not particularly scary. Like I said, the horror takes a backseat to the melodrama, and sometimes it can still kind of work, but I really just didn't care. If I'm being honest with this one, it's better made than the average
Krampus movie.
But then again, I don't know. I feel like a lot of them have been better made. But yeah, it's better than a lot of those Krampus movies. So
what's the one that with the PS2?
That is the great Krampus the Reckoning. I kind of wanted to watch it after watching this. It's so bad. It's like that's exactly what I was thinking of when we were
Krampus
talking about
the Christmas Devil's the shits also though.
See, that one I can't even say is anything good about it. Like I can laugh at how bad the Reckoning is. And my bar for this one going in was super low. And I think I was kind of just shocked how well put together it was compared to some of the other ones. Not necessarily that it was good, but you're right. The cast did fine. I wasn't bored with the melodrama. I was kind of, enjoying taking it in. But yeah, it's the mask being a mask. Like I appreciate that, but it also feels like a guy in a suit. Like almost they should have leaned into that. It was really just a guy in a suit. Maybe
lighting it a little bit differently, less the details, the better. Probably with this,
but it was a cool look. It was a cool, I can't even,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I kept getting distracted by Nikki, and I gave it a little bit of leeway.
Lovely lady, and I am curious. I hope she delivers once again in Winnie the Pooh.
Well,
like you said, low expectations. We might be surprised, but yeah, I don't know. This whole thing, like just towards the end, I was just kind of like, Krampus was just an afterthought, and I didn't like it.
So what'd you rate it?
I got to give this one a 1.5. Because it might seem a little harsh, but nobody needs to see this movie.
But if you do want to check it out, it is streaming free on Tubi. I'm in the middle because there is so much worse Krampus movies. But I wasn't upset I watched this. It's definitely not an annual watch.
Before you go on though, 1.5 also because we do get a cameo from an armless Jake the Snake Roberts figure in the memory box of the brothers. So
that loses or adds?
No, I probably would have been a 1, but I was a little nicer because I was like, okay, somebody saved that.
Was it the LJN figure or the Hasbro?
The
little hard plastic one.
Yeah, the old,
not the big rubber.
The original. No, not that one.
That's the original. Is the rubber? Sorry.
I don't know.
The LJN ones are the big rubber ones. The little plastic ones.
But the littler ones. I had it.
Okay, I think I still have that one. Anyway, we're going to talk about my rating. My rating is a 2.5, directly in the middle. I didn't hate it, didn't love it. Some good eye candy, cool mask.
Well,
no
gore, no skin.
Kruger absolutely skipped this. Yeah, but Dan, we're at the point like you're shocked if you get skin.
Yeah, I know, and it paid. Yeah, so, but I don't always give a good review for.
I'm gonna make Dan happy. Remember how excited you were when you saw Lizzie in the theater?
Yeah, it was. Like,
you see him light up on that.
Chloe Sevigny, yeah.
It was like 90 minutes of nudity.
I think I appreciate it too when it's like a legit great actress too.
And it was a great film.
And I was like, and it's a good film too. But yeah, Chloe's amazing. So
still my second favorite Lizzie, but.
Are you in a? Oh wait, are we talking?
Yes, I wasn't talking about Elizabeth Montgomery.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say Elizabeth Montgomery.
Although Christina Ricci also did Kid Part. God damn it! There's okay. What are we talking about?
Shut up, Todd. You're high. God damn it. We're talking horror, Todd. We're talking horror, Todd. So And we're talking
WHO. No, never mind.
We're I don't know. Maybe we'll do a Lizzie. You know what? Lizzie was pre-YouTube, I believe.
Did we? I don't remember. Oh, which? Oh,
we definitely talked it, but we
can do a Lizzie Borden like theme night.
I would not be participating.
Really?
Why not, Kruger?
I'm good.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
All right. So moving on to our next film, which is a Christmas film from writer-director Eric Pennycoff, and Arrow Films just put out the Blu-ray, The Leech. So in The Leech, Father David, a Catholic priest struggling to fill the pews in his church, allows a homeless man, Terry, into his home to escape the December chill. But this simple act of kindness has unforeseen consequences when Terry's pregnant girlfriend, Alexi, also decides to crash at his house. Determined to save the warring couple through the healing power of God's love, David's ordered existence quickly unravels as he succumbs to the wicked ways of the parasitic pair. Will he pass the apparent test of faith or resort to blood-soaked Old Testament justice? All right.
I can go first.
Oh, go ahead.
First thing, shout out to the guy who plays David. He also just was in Christmas, Bloody Christmas, that played the sister's boyfriend.
Jeremy Gardner. He's in indie horror royalty at this point.
Yep. And also the director of this movie made a movie called Sadistic Intentions that came out in 2019 that I actually just think is like one of the cutest little fucked up romance stories that we've got in a really long time. Like, I say that because it's weird that I call anything cute, but it's a cute, fucked up romance. And so I was very, very, very much looking forward to this as soon as I found out that he was having a Christmas movie come out. First thing I'll say, love the soundtrack. Very Christmassy, totally puts you in the mood. And the main character, for once, I really like this fucking priest. Like, I usually hate these motherfuckers in movies, but this guy seemed like he was just so good-hearted. And the way he took this drunk douchebag in that, you know, just takes advantage of him and completely fucks up his life is really, really shitty.
Real couple, by the way. That's Jeremy Gardner and Taylor Gardner are a couple.
Yep. And just the movie just escalates to more and more taboo and blasphemous shit that this poor priest has to deal with. And you could just see him be so uncomfortable in certain situations.
The red one. No, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I loved it. It totally was up my alley. And the whole final act, I just thought was a total mind fuck. And it really just like it mind fucks you, and what you're left with is super dark, super fucked up. And this is a Christmas classic, in my opinion. This is something I'm going to be revisiting for years to come. And yeah, definitely gets my recommendation. And even if you're just going to blind buy the Arrow Video Blu-ray, I say fuck it, go for it, because this is worth it. And very different type of Christmas horror too.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny because as most of you know, I'm not a fan of the religious horror, or religion in general, I should say, because I've turned on some religious horror. But I agree with Kruger. I actually like the priest in this one, or the father, whatever. Performance wise and everything, he was a very cool character. I don't know if "cool" is the right word, but he was a very interesting character, and it is. It just gets more fucked up, and the one I was laughing at, you made me remember. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, when you like fucked up just in general, but then when you realize like, oh, there's a priest in this situation, right? That's extremely fucked. Blasphemous as hell, which is up
I appreciate. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Dan, being our church boy.
Church boy.
Well, you went to.
I did go to Catholic school at one.
So how was that? I called him a church boy. He literally went to Catholic school.
Well, that implies now. I'm not.
I said were, but
yeah. So I did go to Catholic school. So I have a different. We've talked about that, like, perspective with religious horror. I'm a big Hellraiser guy, which you can imagine. at the time, being a kid and seeing that, and having gone through, you know, the Catholic school experience, like, oh, holy fucking shit. So this, I'm gonna say, number one shout out, because apparently the ass eating joke was because Joe Bigos enjoys eating ass, apparently, which they talked about that during a panel, which I'm sure Joe Bigos appreciates very much.
No wonder we got the scene in Christmas, Bloody Christmas.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, I was gonna say there is some ass eating in that. So I know Graham Skipper, who played Father David, mentioned being influenced by Oliver Reed in The Devils, which, God, I love The Devils so much. And so I'm going to say, go into this one more dark comedy. This is not really a horror movie for me. It has maybe just enough to qualify, but go in thinking dark, fucked up Christmas comedy is, I think, a better way to approach this one, because the actual horror content is very, very low. Having said that, I'm a big dark comedy guy. I enjoyed the awkward nature of this, you know, and Father David, you know, having some skeletons in the closet, and there are some lines in here that are just absolutely hilarious. When he just goes, I'm celibate. It's like, cool, so you have both parts.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of just, like I said, just that awkward humor, like Father David walking in on him like masturbating to heavy metal music. That makes me laugh, because I am in fact still a child.
And masturbate to metal music.
Of course, Todd. Of course,
that's me, sir.
I was gonna say, I'm sorry.
And yeah, again, I don't want to reveal too much, but there's some crazy shit that happens with a character's dead mom. There's you know, certain people give in to temptation in different ways, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I do think that it could have ended a little bit stronger. I felt like as we get, it loses a lot of steam as we get to the final act, for me anyways. I don't know if that's the same for anybody else, but overall, yeah, I had a blast with it. Now, again, being more of a dark comedy, that's going to depend on your sense of humor. This is definitely not going to gel with everyone. I can see this, a lot of people having issues just wishing this was more of a horror film.
I'll go out on a limb, though, and say if you don't like the church and you don't like religion, you'll have a very good time with this movie.
Probably, yeah, because I did too. Like I said, I think it kind of lost a little bit towards the end, but it is a very fucked up movie.
Yeah, it's hard to keep it that high, I think.
Yeah, Jeremy Gardner is amazing, by the way. Everybody's great in this movie, but Jeremy Gardner is like one of those guys, much like an AJ Bowen, who usually always slays his performance, even if the movie's not always a classic. Michael Eklund's another one I throw out there always, although he's not strictly horror, but just a guy that always delivers in terms of his acting. I think this is worth picking up. Certainly, we've watched a lot of Christmas horror this year, some of it good, a lot of bad. A lot of bad if you go back and watch our December shows. I was happy to check this out, but again, I do think if you're looking for that very easily defined Christmas horror movie, you might be a little disappointed picking it up. So I do want to throw that out there, even though I'm still recommending it, but yeah.
So what do you rate it, Dan?
I rate this one a 3.5. I had a great time.
Co-sign 3.5 out of 5 for me too.
Across the board, I'm also 3.5.
There we go. And as always, Arrow Video did a fantastic job with the Blu-ray. I mean, this is a new movie, so you don't get a lot of great features on new movies, but I think they went all out. So check that out. Some good information on the making of the film. This was also another lockdown movie. As well. Small cast, one location, basically, and it works.
Well, and I definitely recommend it to fans of Joe Begos's movies because there's a lot of familiar faces in the casting.
Absolutely. All right. So on that note, that's all we have for you guys tonight. Be sure to tune in to our Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise show, where we're going to be covering all the movies. And
tomorrow's Wednesday show, what do we have, Dan? It's a special one.
90s Christmas commercials. So it's going to be a live show. We're just going to hang out, enjoy some 90s nostalgia. So come hang out with us, and that'll be a nice little relaxed show, which I need, because this month is so busy now, and because everybody waited to give me their lists until the last possible goddamn minute. Yes. Tomorrow I'm going out to Second and Charles, and I'm getting last minute gifts. So yeah,
all right,
and then we'll chill.
All righty. Well, on that note, we'll be back tomorrow night. Dan, say good night.
Good night. Feliz Navidad. Later.
Good evening.
Merry Christmas, motherfuckers.